Good morning and welcome to our very short thought for the day this morning. And honestly, my mind is full of trying to make some decisions at the moment around various things. And so it's become a bit full, and so I've really struggled to think anything in terms of a thought for this morning. But one thing I just want to highlight, rather than perhaps a thought for the day, is the National Day of Reflection tomorrow. Is something that has been drawn to our consciousness by Marie Curie, but there's lots of people being involved. It's something that Anne spoke about yesterday in Live at 10. And there's a few things that are going on that will happen or you could be involved in. So there's a minute's silence at 12 o'clock tomorrow. And these are all thinking of the loss of the last year and people who we have lost. So it will be a minute's silence, and at the end of that minute's silence, we will toll our church bells at St James and All Saints at 12:01 p.m. at the end of the silence tomorrow. Another suggestion on the Church of England website is perhaps tomorrow is a time to plant something as a sign of hope. And it's the season for planting. It's spring, the first day of spring yesterday, and so if you have something that you can plant that as it grows will remind us of our hope going forwards, that would be a good thing. There's a thought of tying yellow ribbons around railings, around trees, around plants to mark that we stand alongside all of the bereaved, all who grieve this year, from this year. I will be lighting a candle in church, and that will be going out on Facebook at some point tomorrow. But in terms of lighting a candle, there's a thought of sharing at 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. Share the light, to light a candle or a lantern or something and put it in a window where people can see it, so that we light things up. And perhaps you might want to put something yellow in the window as well. I know I'm going to the front of the vicarage where when the parents and children arrive for school in the morning, they'll be able to see it tomorrow morning. At the same time, we're also doing our other thing about remembering those who have been lost, and all of those very personal inputs to that of knitted flowers. And thank you to the whole team who've been pulling that together. Because we've got a lot. We've got well over 1,000 knitted flowers that are now, I know, being put into garlands ready to go on our porches on Easter Sunday. And so we stand alongside those who have suffered loss over the past year and before that, all the way through. Just been reading a book by Philip Yancey about suffering. Where is God when it hurts? And in some ways, his conclusion at the end is we as the body of Jesus, Jesus who knew suffering, who knew the ultimate suffering, that we remember in the coming week, in the coming couple of weeks, and particularly next week as we travel through Passion Tide to Good Friday. Jesus knew suffering and calls on us as his body to stand alongside those that suffer and show his love. So as we reflect tomorrow, as we look at amazing arches of knitted flowers on Easter Sunday, let's keep in mind to look out for those that are suffering through bereavement, but through all sorts of other means, and just to love, to stand alongside, probably not to try and give answers or anything like that, but just to be there with them. Have a blessed day, a blessed week. Amen.